decided to use Authors on Call because it was a real easy way to bring experts into the school. Experts in terms of content area, in terms of reading, in terms of understanding the audience and how to reach an audience and communicate with a specific audience. And it met, you know, a dozen and a half standards without even thinking about it. So it was really an easy way to connect not only the students but the teachers with experts who can improve the learning and enhance the teaching. And it turned out to be all that and more. And we, all the teachers who've worked with our authors so far have had very positive experiences. The kids are very excited. I've seen some of it for myself in some of the classrooms, and even with our science unit that we're doing, just rethinking how we're teaching science. If nothing else, if we got absolutely nothing else out of Authors on Call, just to see how we've rethought how we're teaching, that was a big benefit to us.
Authors on Call for me was an exciting experience, certainly. I taught here one other year and taught the solar system once before, and I was setting myself up to teach it in a similar but better way than I did the first time. And then Vicki Cobb came into our lives and threw everything up in the air, and it all kind of came down again in a complete different format than what I was anticipating teaching. I think for the first time ever with the solar system especially, it really touched on the inquiry. Never before were kids wondering why things really worked the way they did within this unit, and I think spending that time, taking a whole day of science time just to think about a question and try and get down to an answer, it really helped the learning. One thing that really stood out to me throughout the unit was the sophistication that the kids were working at too. It wasn't just strictly memorizing facts, phases of the moon, or how hot the sun could be. Instead, they were really building a framework to understand how these scientists learn this information. It was much deeper. The conversations the students were having was much more elevated than what I noticed last year. They're referring to things like the Hubble telescope and the photography as they're talking about the solar system, and they really took a lot of the information that they learned to help them try and understand some really sophisticated concepts. So I was just really impressed with that.
Students really loved to enjoy the activities where they were able to really get a hands-on approach, so they would understand maybe why would a rolling ball stop rolling, and so they understood the concept behind each of those different frameworks, and they were able to apply that then to the larger concept of the solar system, which normally would have been much more abstract for them.
The information that they discovered through the NASA website on Mars, so they have some very interesting facts that they'd like to share with everybody today.
Scientists believe that there was a flood on Mars 3.5 billion years ago.
Once teachers announced that they were going to be working closely with an author, certainly a lot of students came in and were excited to get books by that author. And I was able to find books by a lot of the authors, and if not, we went to the public library. We got books for the classrooms on the different authors, so I could sense a real excitement there. And then also, especially with the class that was doing the solar system, students wanted to come in and check out solar system books and just learn more and kind of pour into the nonfiction literature. Well, Dorothy has so many books and just such a varied topics, which was amazing. And I went to the public library and seriously, like, 90 results at the local library of her books, so it was great just to kind of go out and get those, and then just allow kids to immerse themselves in it and a variety of topics, and they really, really, really enjoyed those books. That was great.